Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next episode of Final Stallions!
This guy's cup always smells like a glass of vinegar.
Okay, we're just gonna send it.
Yup.
Hey yo, yeah.
Those are cool mics.
Yeah, those were Christmas to myself.
I mean, dude, we record vocals from farther than this, you know? Yeah.
Dude,
Big advocates of far away.
your vocals sounded nice on all those recordings as well. So is it you two singing or is it everyone?
Dude, the first 6 songs, that's our old singer Hayden. And this new one, that's Dave singing the main melody and myself singing harmonies and Liam singing harmonies.
Okay.
On a bit too far. But before that, we had a standalone singer. He would sometimes shake the tambourine. And then like we were just doing harmonies over that, when we were recording over his vocals.
Okay. All right, boys, let's just dive in. What are we even waiting for at this point? We're already in. I'm in the deep end. That's all I can say.
We're here.
So for those who haven't picked up already, we got Dave, Billy, and Zach hanging out here with us today on Vinyl Stallions. They go under Slag Genie. And that is a kick-ass name. Number one, I love the 2 G's at the end of the slag, beginning of Genie. I feel like there's so much that you're going to be able to do with that.
It's an internet joke. It's like a GG, like good game, everybody.
But like, all right, so let's back up a little bit. You boys put together a band in the Cleveland area called Fuzz Aldrin over the last couple years. Who all was involved in that project?
That was me, Zach, and the original. We had a drummer, Tom. We were all like childhood friends. I think Zach and Tom really started playing, and I joined, and then we met our singer from Youngstown, who was in a group that we met along the way.
We met our
bass player from
first.
Youngstown, yeah, Brian.
Looking at the Sam Ash in Mayfield.
Ooh.
So we were like, "You're in if you want."
It was really just I was playing, as a lefty. We took like this shitty bass that Zach borrowed, and flipped it around.
It was not my bass.
It was not his
Really?
bass, but turned it into a left-handed bass, and it was just terrible.
Yeah,
So we're like, we need a bass player.
We like flipped the nut. The action was so high.
Yeah.
And it was funny because it was like my friends and neighbors' bass guitar, and they didn't ask for it for a long time, and that's why we felt comfortable doing it. And of course, after we did it, and after we moved on from you as a bass player, we just have this fucked
It's more
up
like
bass.
self-demotion.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, I can't do this.
And because of that,
asked for it back like a few months later, and we were like, "Oh, here's an $100 Ibanez."
that's hilarious. So did, like, first off, I haven't heard of a Sam Ash in forever. Is there even one around here?
Mayfield.
Mayfield.
Mayfield?
We're probably one of the few people regularly in or out of that place.
Yeah. There was actually, I was there today, picking something up. That,
Yeah, I was there the other day.
Wow.
This guy walks in and he sees I'm like messing around with some like pedals and stuff, and he goes, "Do you work here?" And I go, "Yes." And he was like, "I'm looking to get my guitar set up," and I was like, "Between us, you don't want to go."
You're in the wrong place.
So I gave him my guy, local distribution, right?
And then you take his guitar and
I'm
flip it
trying to
around
take
to a
down
lefty.
big music.
Well, we'll set you up. Set you up for failure.
Yeah, we'll set you up. Meet me here tomorrow.
So sorry to Sam Ash family out there.
We close at 8. Meet me out back.
Yeah, literally. That's fucking hilarious. No, y'all. So, all right. So you guys played out because I mean, honestly, so I had a band that played like literally 6 or 7 shows in like a 5-month span, and it was probably like 2019. Were you guys playing out like around then?
Not quite as Fuzz Aldrin. So Undisclosed is probably the first time we've ever, even mentioned this name to you included. When it was just us 3, we went under the name bomb Guam.
With a question mark.
With a question mark. I think we were watching like the news, and they were like,
Yeah,
North Korea bomb Guam.
They're talking about bombing Guam.
Bomb Guam. That sounds like awesome.
Guam?
Yeah, so we
But
didn't
it just totally
Toss it
didn't
up.
play. Didn't play.
Yeah, so we didn't really stick with that. But then, we changed it to Buzz Aldrin when we had Brian on as our bass player, and he introduced us to his childhood friend Hayden, who was our singer on those songs that you heard. And yeah, so we started that, and then what were we just talking about? What were we just talking about just now?
Bomb Guam.
I'm such an idiot. What was it?
There's no question. The
No.
question lies in the future.
The question was, what happened? What
Oh,
happened
yeah.
to you, man?
A lot, man.
Where have you
A
been?
lot downstairs. I like what we did downstairs.
So to clear the air for all of our avid listeners out there that we like to call the Stampede.
Nice.
In the past, we have had some fine fellers under the name of Buzz Baldwin.
Right.
Tell us the lore. Break it down for us. How did
Dude,
this?
it was our fault. It was our fault. They were there first, you know? That's the long and short of it.
He admitted.
They were there first, you know. Like,
And there wasn't, just to be fair, there wasn't a moment where we were like, "Oh, Buzz Baldwin, let's compete with that." It was- we named Buzz Aldrin, and we didn't do proper research.
right, we didn't do proper research. And
No,
next thing you know, it's like, oh, you Buzz Baldwin, dude, I love you. It's like, oh wait, that's not us.
So I'm pretty sure, like, over those years, and I don't know if you even mentioned this, but like I think we've been cross booked, and they've been cross booked for like people.
I was just gonna ask you guys that. They specifically talked about that when we had them on. They're like, we've played shows where like we didn't sound like any of the other bands, and I think they thought they were booking Fuzz.
Yeah, I mean, we've been there anyway, you know, like, and
Yeah.
like, you know, I can't, like, I don't even know. We've played with a couple heavier bands. I know they're like a very heavy band.
I would say
Yeah,
most shows we've played, the lineup isn't always accurate,
No.
and that's that. I mean,
Right.
that's something that we're that I'm at least interested in doing in the future, is like putting on like a experience for the night.
Exactly.
That's consistent.
No, it gets me out at least to like things that I usually again wouldn't go out to or like seek, and then you're like, oh shit, but they're tied in with my buddies doing this or something. And I mean, that's how I've been exposed to, honestly, a lot of really good bands in this area as well.
Yeah, it's good for everybody.
It
You
really
like sharing your
is.
fans.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man.
Well, we quite literally shared fans with Buzz Baldwin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the white flag has been raised.
Yeah.
We concede.
We surrendered.
The Buzz Boys made it to the
Well
moon.
played, Buzz.
They're sticking in the moon. But then the evolution has become Slag Genie. And Billy, is this where you enter the picture?
Yeah, I don't know how soon before, like, when you guys changed your name, because that was already kind of a thing when I came into the band. It
Okay.
was like just before you announced the name
Right.
change.
Right.
We haven't even really discussed like me being the drummer on social media or anything. They've just kind of done the name tag, and
Ooh.
name change, and the.
Once the first show, I mean, then
Yeah.
it's like, there he is.
Mhm.
Well, this is actually where we add in the horns and say breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news.
Billy
Yeah.
has committed to Slag Genie for 5 years on a
We
never-
high-value contract.
on a contract for zero. Everything's contingent.
Yeah, we never really asked Billy. So you want to be in the band?
Like,
You guys asked me, but we never like didn't. Yeah, there's been.
We didn't
I
sign
haven't
the papers, get
yeah,
the
I
lawyers.
haven't like posted about it or anything. I've just been sharing your stuff.
Billy just keeps showing up.
be a big announcement.
Yeah.
It will be.
Hell yeah.
It's like right now we're totally just trying to make some like content, you know, to plan out.
100%.
You know,
Gotta have
plan
ammo.
out
Gotta have ammo.
songs. Exactly.
Yeah, but they came and saw my other band play at Coda,
And what band is that?
Funny Business, where I
Okay,
played
yeah.
drums for them. And then, yeah, they asked me to jam after, and we just hit it off really well. It was like a really good match of musical styles between all of us. And
Very
Yeah.
nice. Are you still playing with Funny Business?
yeah, we're still playing out.
Awesome. No, I've definitely heard of that band as well.
Mhm.
Dude, that's kick ass, and that just shows you motherfuckers out there get out to concerts, and that is where you'll find people who are interested in the same thing you are.
Yeah, but
That's
Like-
the only way to do it. I think it's the only way we have done it.
they were going to
Yeah.
see their friend's band who we were playing with, King Cat. So I thought
Okay.
they didn't even know we were
Yeah.
playing.
Right.
Yeah, and that's how we found Liam too. We didn't talk about Liam. So Liam was the main producer on our new song A Bit Too Far.
Okay.
And we got him, we saw him. He was playing with Lady Liar. We were like, this dude rips. So
Get the Vortex in Akron.
yeah, it's the best promotion that place is.
That place was so funny. I'll never forget, dude. I'll never forget because it used to be a strip club, and we're talking to the bartender, and she was like, "Yeah, back in like 1967 or something." Like she called, I can't remember the name of the stripper who did it, but she was like, "Yeah, this one stripper invented the ass clap." Right here in Akron, Ohio. I was like,
That's
"Get
a bold
the fuck
claim.
outta here."
That's the most accurate thing I've
I
ever
was
heard.
like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Trademark in Akron.
Literally invented the ass clap. This was before the ass clap was cool.
My
mind you.
grandpa invented the Cobb salad.
But honestly,
Change a Cobb salad.
but tell me though, if the Vortex puts "Home of the Ass Clap" on T-shirts, do you buy that?
You gotta
I am.
prove it. You gotta prove it.
True.
I don't even know, dude. I just like the claim. Claim sounds good. And what are they gonna do? Like, how are they gonna prove you
yeah, that's
wrong?
what
I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need to see some skits. Some skits.
Some old lady's gonna have to come back. To
Yeah,
the time.
be an eyewitness.
My name is Eleanor.
I was there.
I was there.
Holy shit. Hell yeah. No, so you guys just put out that first single under Slag Genie, and like what a ride of music that was all together. And like for reference again, where you meet people going out. I met Zach and Dave at the Happy Dog a couple months ago, and they came back, kicked it after actually mine and Klepp's show with Spruce with the Furs.
Spruce
And
Furs.
yeah, and you were showing me just a like Klepp and I, like handful of like surf music and just like
Yeah.
different kinds, and like I don't know, just kind of like set the basis. I'm like, now like the correlation altogether is impeccable, and then it gets fucking crazy at the end as well. How long has that been in the arsenal?
That one's been around for a
Year.
little. Like we played that with Fuzz, and Tom drummed on that song. But that song really just goes. Like Zach and I definitely like we have similar tastes in music and like a lot of similar bands. And one thing I think we both agree on and always agreed on is like when we go see live shows and stuff, like the stuff that we like the most are the rhythm changes and the beat drops and then pickups and then coming back to the original thing. So that definitely plays into the songwriting of like writing stuff that we think people may resonate with, like catchy stuff, melodic stuff that people like, and then the ends for us. And that's what we like to do. And so I don't know, it's kind of just like forcing in your own ideas and into what you think may be, I don't know, listenable.
100%.
Yeah, I remember Zach. There were like 3 or 4 albums that you were recommending to me. I listened to them all like that weekend.
How'd I do?
Oh, they were all good. I don't remember the artist names. I know, well, one of them was a King Giz album, but there were 2 that were like more like surf rock, and then the 4th one I remember was a Japanese band.
Kikagaku Moyo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys
man.
just exploded
Hell
right there.
Yeah,
Perfect.
That was
seriously, no, I mean, you could go through every single one of that band's singles and albums, and you're not doing yourself any favors by skipping any songs. They're all worth listening to. They got one song on their first album, The Maddest Clouds, called Pond. It's like 30 minutes long. Half of it's silence. I'm telling you.
It's a very spiritual.
It's amazing. It's
Okay.
amazing. Like, dude, it transports you. Seriously.
We drove to Nashville to see them, and they just like it was just like a religious experience.
Yeah. Blew our minds, dude. Blew our tiny little minds.
Damn. Clep didn't pass along that information. I need to go figure out this band.
Well,
Me
dude,
too.
I think they're.
We'll say that same shit.
Yeah.
I
You
think
really
they're-
do have to watch. You have to at least
crazy.
watch live stuff. Like they've some stuff on like KEXP that I recommend checking out. And like
Yeah.
there's something about watching these guys play too. It's like no rules, but like like they're one mind. That's how it felt when we were.
Yeah,
when we
feels
saw
like the
them.
music's like sweating out of them.
Yeah,
How many people are in the band?
5,
yeah. They all rotate. I think they have guitar, bass,
2 guitars,
2 guitar, bass, and
electric sitar.
yeah.
Drums.
Wow.
And the sitar plays keys too. I think
Yeah,
they all kind of
yeah,
mess
Yeah,
around.
like they sweat the music. You said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, it's like
leaking
literally,
out
like
of-
rising up into a cloud above them.
Inspiration.
You know, it was crazy.
All right, well, let's just keep rolling with this. Who
Yeah.
who are just some other artists y'all and are either
Dude,
on
we
now or
love
have
them.
like for a while?
You know, I've always like loved the Mystic Braves. You know, the Mystic Braves. I was probably like, dude, listen to their first album.
That was one of them.
Yeah, I
For
mean,
sure.
I think their first 3 are really, really good. I mean, it's like their self-titled one. It's just called the Mystic Braves.
I think that was the one you told me to listen to.
Yeah.
Is the self-titled.
The song on there, Cloud 9, that one, I mean, I was like probably 18 or something when I heard it. And, you know, that totally sent me down the, you know, like surf psych rock, you know, tunnel, I guess. The sound Cloud 9 on that album. So good. Even to this day, holds up. It's, I mean, I think it was released in 2012.
Mhm.
It's a classic. You know, it's a modern day classic. And their next albums, I like their second and third also. I like Desert Island, and then I think it's called The Great
Greatest.
Unknown.
Yeah.
Those are all really good albums. And now they're like on a different label and they got different people writing the songs. And I mean, I don't know. I think it's good. It's just more like disco-y, and like they're not doing the same thing that they were before. And they're the kings, you know, in my mind. So
I think it falls. I mean, there's a few bands that like fall under this category that I think really caught like Zach's eye, and Zach, you know, like kind of leaked onto me. We all kind of like picking up on like the style. And you know, I think it all goes back to like it's this kind of like California, like surfy, you're on beach, sunlight, deserty kind of rock. You know, you can even trace it like I think honestly going all the way back to bands like, you know, the Animals back in the day had that kind of sound.
yeah, or like the
And-
zombies,
yeah,
or the
Zombies.
Seeds, even some like Beatles stuff, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. We're not doing anything new, you know. And the idea is not new, but like, you know, the way it comes out might is a little
Yeah.
different, you know.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I was blown away at I'm a big rhythm guitar guy, and just trying to follow the rhythm guitar with like that second melodic over it. I mean, I texted Club, I was freaking out, honestly. Like I told you guys downstairs, but when I was on a walk listening to this, I'm just like, this, like you said, figure out what people would like, but also make it your own. Like that sums up exactly what I want to do with music, and like it is so evident in this, at least for me. Like this is. I fucking love this shit, dude. It literally is like so well done all around. And then,
Thanks.
and especially they throw in getting crazy at points. It's like the cherry.
You're
on
talking
top.
about Bit Too Far, or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that?
yeah, a bit too far. Yeah, like,
Yeah, I mean, you know, not to like, you know, downplay, I would say it's like not doing anything new. I think it's just, you know, I think we found like enough influences, and obviously still finding more as we go, but like where we've taken enough from so many different, you know, sources that you create your own from that. But like, you know, in the early days, I think it was just kind of like listening to so many different things in music where like one song would sound, you know, just like straight rock and roll. One song would sound all over the place.
Kind of like the transition we're going through right now. Like Fuzz Aldrin was our early like the genre is less focused, you know. It's more just like a rock and roll like mashup kind of, you know. Like there are aspects of what we're talking about now, the surf rock, jingle jangle shit, you know. That's what I call it. In songs like Back Real Soon on Peach Fuzz,
Mhm.
and maybe even a little bit in Member. But other than that, it's kind of and I think it's there and Hold On to Me Now.
Mhm.
But
It's
you
half
know,
the discography at that point.
right. But like, you know, we were doing other stuff. We were doing other stuff, and like even like those songs, they're not like it feels like they're rooted in that, but like they're not like produced that way,
Not
and they're not
executed the same way. too.
executed with the same you know, product in mind, the same outcome in mind.
I mean, dude, yeah, most of it also, like, you know, we could talk about songwriting all day, but a lot of it is Zach and I have really honed what we like in like a session and what we like effects wise with our own tone and stuff. And you know, Billy saw because we just recorded a song with Billy producing, and it'll be out, you know, soon, the next month or so, hopefully. But
Hopefully at the
you
end of
know,
the month,
Billy's
like,
even seen like
middle or
we like to
something.
do things a certain way, and then obviously he puts his own like a flavor on it
Absolutely.
and stuff. But yeah, just like honing in most of it, like for that sounds like we like a lot of verb, like a lot of delay, and just like a lot of work and years on, especially me and him, just kind of like lining up how we sound and
When I came
the
in and heard your
effects.
guys' amps, I was like, oh, this is definitely honed in. You have a vision for the sounds that you're trying to get for every song. That's what I was like kind of geeked out about. I was like, this is awesome.
It's
You
a
guys
running, you know, it's a, you know, call it a theme, but like, you know, it's just like something that
You have a good vision for what you're trying to do here.
yeah,
Pulls the bat blue and
it's
push
yeah,
X.
it's taken a while, you know, it's taken a while, a lot of thinking about it, and you know,
That's yeah, that's the battle is just doing it. But I mean, no, that's great to hear that you guys are putting it together, and so you're producing it.
Yeah, we're doing some recording. I like do recording for some other bands around Cleveland at my house, like doing a
Okay.
small home studio kind of thing. So
Very cool.
branching out and doing some of this stuff, which is kind of way different than like the poppy or indie rock that like Funny Business or some of the other bands do. So this has been, it's been really cool to change it up actually.
What are some just other bands that you have worked on?
The only other two, so Funny Business, and then there's a band called Leconte, which I'm doing an album for right now.
Okay, yes.
And I did a single for another group called The Other Guys. And then I do a bunch of my own like solo music too, which has been a long standing, like since high school, just dicking around FL Studio at first, and
Oh,
it's
hell
become a side, hopefully job soon, you know.
yeah. Dude, that's great to hear. No,
Very cool.
dude, operator Bad Leconte, that's pretty.
Bad Leconte, no,
Or
bad
bad
operator,
operator.
bad operator by Leconte.
Good job, Leconte.
They have two singles out now. Leconte out of Cleveland.
Okay.
Leconte, yeah.
Speaking of Leconte, I think we could officially announce July 29th we will be at the Beachland Ballroom with Leconte.
Mhm.
No way.
And their, you know, possible third other band that has not
Yeah,
been
we're
set
trying to
yet,
figure it
but-
out, trying to get something that like fits the vibe, you know, like we were
But yeah, our
talking
buddy
about.
Kelso, who did that music video,
Yeah.
is gonna do lights for that show. So
Okay.
this is gonna be like our big, you know, Cleveland show this summer. We're not really gonna be playing too much around until we get some more recordings in, I think. But
Yeah, I mean, right now it looks like it'll probably be next summer that we try to like really
Really tee
hammer shows, you know, and just kind of focus
winter
on
too, who knows?
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna hit something, I'm sure, in the
Yeah.
fall and the winter.
What wait, repeat that date one more time.
July 29th.
at the
Okay.
tavern,
Beach
Beachland
Tavern,
Tavern.
yeah.
At the tavern. Okay. Club, you might be in town for that. We might have to talk.
Yeah.
You better be there, motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Dude, we do no, now I'm trailing. I'm just stuttering. Club, this take over.
Well,
Get this
okay.
man a water.
Well, no. A thought popped into my mind because I mean, you guys got a single out. You're saying you're not gonna tour super heavy this summer because you want to get some more stuff out. So, is there plans for like an EP or a full album?
EPs, you know, question mark. I think we're kind of just going like one song at a time at this point, and you know, if we like we have two that
Okay.
are, you know, 90-80% there, and we'll see. We're gonna keep recording, and we'll see how we want to do. Maybe some will be singles, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do. I think we're just gonna try to
Yeah.
keep recording them. If we like songs as a single, then maybe we'll release it. Maybe we'll save some as an album. I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I thought
Fair enough. Fair enough.
we were gonna do like try to do like a single once in a while. Like it's all with social media in mind.
It's all different.
Like
All different.
like
Put it in
it's
the
not
algorithm.
like we could release another 5 like 10 we could a 5-song EP or 10-song album, but like I like the goal is outreach, I think, at this point. And there are people who would listen to it, but like we're trying to reach a broader audience. And if and in my mind at least, the ticket is just like always having something to talk about and to promote. Like I don't know, it's like it's a social media, we're gearing it for social media.
No, yeah. I mean, it's important nowadays, as much as we don't even want to admit it, even all of us, but like if something's like a week old, that feels like light years ago.
Right.
No, seriously,
Right.
man.
And I think we've made that not mistake, but just having an album out and then, or an EP, we'd 6 songs out and then just not having anything else for, a year or so until our next single came out. And I think we just, for our sake, so we're not getting sick of stuff, and for other people's sake, so they're not getting sick of stuff, just kind of keeping it fresh and, doing singles as we go.
Honestly, and we've seen, I mean, the inspiration for the idea of doing it like that it comes from a couple other local artists. Like, I don't know, the guy Unk D, he does like he started with a release a month. Now he's doing like a release a week. And like, I mean, it's just, I've seen it grow,
He's got he gets like placed on the State of Jazz like editorial playlist. Like if you go click jazz on Spotify, he will be there, like, the first 10.
And like that's like what kind of success is that? Like I don't really know. It's something.
Yeah,
you know what I
traction.
mean? It's definite traction.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
He
like
plays that a lot,
right?
sure.
Like we could release a 5-song, 10-song thing, but I just don't know if like the newcomers will sit through all of that if they don't find something that they immediately like. So the goal is just to cast a wide net. I mean, it's not even really a wide net. It's a rather small net.
It's more like not trusting our own and everybody else's attention span, just like the world we live in today. It's like Instagram scrolling. It's like people don't even sit and watch movies anymore. It's like it's got to be 2-minute clips at a time. So just, I don't know, keeping that in mind, just like didn't want to drop like, here's 12 songs, listen to it.
Right.
But there's also a big arsenal of like songs that aren't complete yet and half complete. So we got a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out in the next year.
That's why we're kind of not, really worrying about doing a bunch of shows right now. There was a point where we were like, probably after we did Peach Fuzz, or maybe even before we did Peach Fuzz, we were going all over the place.
Oh, dude, I stalked the shit out of your Instagram, and I saw like I couldn't believe how many dates were on like one of those posters. It was like 20 plus in like a summer, like 3 months in.
Yeah, we probably had like
that had to be fun as fuck.
It was, dude. It was. I mean, going to like New York and like Chicago and stuff as a band is so funny. You know what I mean? Because you're all just
best memories ever.
Like gooning around.
Did you have to rent a van or like so? Yeah, explain that, because I mean, not many people can say they fucking did anything like that. Honestly.
Yeah,
dude. Van.
Yeah, I got a van when I graduated college. My mom and I split a van.
Shout out to mom.
So yeah, shout out to mom. I love that.
Get your mom flowers, by the way. It's almost Mother's Day.
That's right, that's right. It's a little fucked up now. I got to get some repairs done, but it's usually a little Sprinter van. You can't like, we couldn't really fit everybody in the gear in there, But what I've been thinking about is kind of like making some kind of situation, because there's a lot of airspace, that's underutilized. So like maybe like creating shelves, like some pull-out stuff, like designated spots for the amps and guitars and stuff, and then like you could put like a little mattress or some shit, on top of
cots,
right?
Swinging on the I-80.
That's hilarious. Did you guys like stay with friends? Did you guys like sleeping there?
A lot of times, like hotels and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. Also, like touring is the ultimate goal that we want to hit eventually.
Sure. 100%.
I think we just kind of learned that, like, from hitting it really heavy in the early days, that we want to release a bunch of music so that hopefully maybe something builds and people want to listen to us around kind of just doing our work before hitting the road and playing question mark shows.
Definitely. Yeah, you want to have stuff out there for them to obviously
Right.
Something to
go
push,
and dive into.
Mhm.
That no, that's a crazy, like, to be able to just, I don't know, say you've been on a tour like that though is very, very cool.
Yeah, I mean tour, like as in like we would do like weekend, ventures.
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't like we were out there for weeks at a time.
But still, just
Yeah.
being able to like travel and go to different venues. Hey, listen, I should write this down before someone steals it from me. But I've always had like a theory about just the essence of performing, and you just gotta make people remember one thing about you, whether it be your outfit, whether it be a song, whether it be a nasty solo, whether it be your moves on stage or anything along those lines. And like, I don't know, like, I mean, if you guys are able to obviously keep making music and like hit that road again, like, I don't know, I feel like you guys will definitely be able to give, I don't know, remembrance. And that's just speaking on the music. I haven't even seen you guys perform yet.
Dude, that's a great thing you said, because I remember seeing you and I remember your energy,
Thank you.
like I remember
The
your
sweat
like
was just beating out of you.
dude,
There was passion.
you were there.
Yeah, we all gave it all. My shout out to Josh Mounts. He took the headband that night. I wasn't able to use the headband for all my sweat.
Oh
my god.
It was my headband from literally high school that, like, for reference people, I guess I really haven't said why my name was Spruce, but like I have been named Spruce since like freshman year of high school from like a Simpsons episode. I don't even know how to get into it, but
you mentioned this.
yeah, there's a plane called the Spruce Goose. We thought he said Spruce Moose, so like for a while my name was Spruce Moose. So on this like headband, my uncle wrote Spruce Moose, and we like found it like the day before the show, and like the other guitarist at that show was just like, give it to me. If we're going Spruce with the furs, like I gotta be the Spruce Moose. So
you ever in a Spruce Knob?
Wait, where is that?
West Virginia.
I've definitely heard of it.
The high point
Is
of
it?
West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
Is it
Literally and figuratively.
Is it by the Club? Where'd we go for your bachelor party?
So that was the New River Gorge, like Oak Hill, Fayetteville. Those were the cities.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is, but I don't know. It's literally like the highest point in West Virginia. It's just like a mountain, or it's not even a mountain.
Okay.
It's more just like a hill. But it's a big hill. It's a mountain.
You can classify it as a mountain.
It's
There's
tough
a
though
hill.
because it's paved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's paved, it's not a mountain.
Too accessible.
Do you not consider like
I'm
the
about to
cliffs in
pop it
Europe
into
that
Google
people live on
Maps.
to be mountains because there's roads on it? I'd consider that to be a mountain. It's the highest place in West Virginia.
If there's a sheer drop, if they live near a sheer drop, then they live on a mountain.
All right,
That's my criteria.
I won't die on this hill or mountain.
Wait, it's called Spruce Hill?
Spruce Knob, KNOB.
Spruce Knob.
Spruce Knob.
Spruce Knob, baby.
Everyone knows what it is.
Come and get your knob. Do you guys like hiking at all?
Yeah, dude.
Love
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
I had to run through the metros.
Yeah, dude, I need to get back into it being here at Edgewater. But
Oh yeah.
I was good like this time last year. And then
But
I
yeah,
got bad.
and
There's a nice
hiking's
scenery.
fun.
Camping's always fun. We, our childhood friends and stuff, we have done a few camping trips, like a bunch of guys and stuff, and
Yeah, just
drinking beers, laying down, just
drinking
being
beers,
idiots. It's a good way to get away.
using drugs.
It is.
Hmm.
All right.
Recreational.
Recreationally. All right. Jays or blunts?
Jays.
Jays, definitely.
Unless it's a large group of people.
Yeah. Jays or bong?
Jays.
I guess I prefer a bomb. But
What is the most elite way to smoke?
Jays.
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 Hell yeah.
Dabs. Dabs. I don't know. I like smoking Jays.
I do like it. Yeah, Jays are great.
All right, y'all
You
gonna.
have to clean a freaking piece either.
Yeah, there's something about
It just
that.
seems like the most old school natural way. It's like this is how your grandfather smoked weed. Yeah.
Pioneers.
I just started buying these like organic hemp papers, and I swear to God, they're so much better than like
Really?
you know like Easy Widers that's just like
yeah.
stark white. You
Okay,
know?
yeah.
Those taste pretty freaking like just papery.
Right,
I don't know how
they
to
do. It
describe
feels like I'm like burning construction.
You ever like roll up paper when you were in grade school?
Yes,
Just
like I get like a receipt. I'd be like, oh, this is like
Oh,
what
that's
they
even
roll
worse.
with.
Are you kidding me? Just
I-
paper? I was burning my lungs with aluminum cans.
Yeah.
That's too. That's
Been there, done
Bible
that.
joint once.
a Bible joint.
They call it, they call it the good book for a reason.
Old or New Testament. This is
That's a good question. I don't know.
This is
We have
important.
questions for you.
Yes. Yes, the answer is GBs. No gravity binguses.
Gravity Pingus.
Gravity bonguses.
The GBs are superior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want an immediate effect.
Something in the morning.
Yes. Club, what'd you find out about the knob?
We were like 3.5 hours away from it. It's a bit more north and east.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it's like it's the kind of place where like you get to sort of within range and your phone just stops working, and then it's all just left at the Indian. You're going on the top of the third mountain, you're gonna take a right, you can't miss it.
Also paint the picture, it's he was saying it's like, yeah, paved roads and stuff, but like when you're on the campsite to get to the top of the mountain driving, like you're driving around the mountain, it takes you about half an hour. It's like a 22-minute drive.
Yeah,
Nice drives up the mountain too.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I don't know any hills that take
that's
22 minutes.
There is. So so you have that show at Beachland. Do you have any other shows coming up then planned?
Nothing planned right now.
Okay.
Maybe some stuff before then, potentially. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna rule it out, but as of now, that's what
What are some of your
That's what
favorite venues in Cleveland?
The Dog.
the Dog,
Yeah.
Coda, Beachland. Those are probably my favorite.
Coda's awesome. Coda's always great.
Grog shop.
C Bars in Euclid.
Sea bars in Euclid.
C-bars,
That is an
baby.
establishment.
I got
Yes.
familiar.
Oh man.
Less of a music venue and
Yeah.
more of like a,
Play the
plug in your stuff
Yeah.
and while we get hammered behind the bar,
Yeah,
It's just
Hell
a
yeah.
good vibes out there, and older crowd for the most part that just loves rock and roll and stuff.
Yeah,
So we
it's always
love
fun
playing there.
It was, dude.
the Conti band I was talking about plays there a lot too. Actually, that's been like their home base. They've had a lot of good success at Sea Bars.
Yeah, a few bands. That's the thing. I feel like it's like
That's
well,
right.
but yeah, it is. It
Mhm.
is.
Yeah.
When you guys were funny business.
Funny business when I played keys in it.
Yeah, that's right, dude. That was
Was
a
that our
different
meet show?
incarnation.
That was our first show together.
Yeah, that's when I
Yeah,
met
that's
you.
where we
I don't,
met.
I don't know how we got put on the same bill, but it was immediately like we just hit it off. And was
Yeah.
smoking weed in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about like a tour before too, and like that's like we basically we saw this band that it's pretty big out there, that we really like. What's Red Pears?
Yeah,
Red Pears, and so we saw them at Beachland when they were on tour, and like it kind of painted the image of what a real tour looks like, and this is like where we want to get to. But they were talking to us, they were like, yeah, like when we're on the road, we just got like Planet Fitness memberships and shower there. Like we need to get to that point.
Yeah.
They
that's
showed us
genius.
their
Wow.
hot plate where they would make like tortillas and stuff on the way. We're like,
That's
yeah,
elite.
that's where we need to get.
It's rough in
They
it.
got a hot plate.
I feel like Planet Fitness is such a
Hell
huge
yeah.
Right.
musicians.
I haven't even thought about that.
On
shit.
the-
Work out on the road too.
On the
honestly.
road,
right.
You're gonna be in
You
the
can
car
work
for-
out. That's the thing, man. Like I feel like it's so easy to just pack it on. Eating McDonald's.
You're gonna be in
Right.
the car for like 8 hours a
Right.
day, and then you'll be waiting to set up.
Yeah, then you set up and then you don't move for another 5 hours.
I was
It's like you see why bands like burn out and stuff. It's like if you're just on the road and not like taking those precautions to be somewhat good to yourself, it's like you can just party out and just beat
Yeah.
yourself out so easily.
I was watching the Black Dahlia murder documentary for the band, not the murder, and they were talking about how all of their, they were talking about how all of their drummers and bassists just kept leaving because I was like, dude, this road, the touring is just freaking grueling. It's like You're never eating the food you want to eat when you want to eat it. You can
Yeah.
never sleep the way you want. You're always in a car. You have to play music for like 30 minutes, then you're done.
Right.
That's the thing. It's not like you're playing music the whole time
Right.
either.
True.
But still, I
But-
think those shitty, uncomfortable memories have been like so fun, especially looking back on it. Like,
Yeah. I mean, hey, when you're doing
Well,
your
yeah,
own stuff
we'll
that
get
you
there.
want to do.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's strategy to it for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
glad
trying
that
to
we've all done it a bit because I've played a bunch of shows like other bands and I played in college and stuff. And
Okay.
I've lost a lot of money going really far to play for nobody. It was fun. We had great memories, but you know, there's
that's
ways to
how it is,
improve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the mistake we've
You
made.
gotta
It's like,
optimize things.
oh, all of a sudden, gas paid for. There's nothing left.
We show up to Colorado with no drum set, and it's like, "Where's the drum set?" It's like, "I thought you had one." It's like, "No, you're gonna bring it." And it's like,
Oh, yeah.
"Ah."
That's a nightmare.
Now we gotta find a drum set in Colorado.
Damn. That actually happened.
We ended up using one of our buddies, but still, we had
Yeah.
to drive it back to Boulder, like from Denver or vice versa. After it was just a nightmare.
Jesus. That's a crazy story. No, Zach, you said it downstairs. Sophomoric. Wait, what the
Oh,
fuck?
sophomore.
Sophomoric. God
I
damn
love
it! I
that.
fucking botched
Good
that.
one, that.
Sophomoric. What? Yeah.
I learned that word when I was like 12, and I was like, "Mom, have you heard of Blink 182?" And she was like, "It sounds very sophomore." I was like, "What the hell does that mean?"
Sophomoric. Hey, well, that's
the Blink 182 guys definitely don't know what it means.
Yeah.
I sure as hell don't.
yeah. Dude, what do you guys use? Like, we love rig rundowns on this bitch.
Ooh.
Want to go first?
I mean, we're as far as the recent history, we've been double SG guys.
Okay.
Right.
It's
Double-
not as in
good.
two guys both using double necks, but each guy with a regular.
Four next.
Yeah.
Next step.
And then we'll go on tour. Yeah,
Right.
then we'll start selling tickets. And then it's cool because he's a lefty and I'm
Yeah.
a righty.
No, it looks
so they
awesome.
would make a double
That
X.
is fucking amazing.
They
Holy
make an
shit.
X and an X.
Yeah, we were like in 8th grade one night, like walking to a park. I think we were probably smoking weed or something. Who knows?
We're
But
smoking, we
it
get
was
there.
dark. We had our acoustic guitars, and as we're walking back, the street lights are shining down on the street. We have our acoustic guitars. We kept bumping heads of the stocks, and then we just crossed them. We're like X. We thought it was so cool.
We're like, oh, that's it.
One bomb.
We've made history.
You gotta do that on stage.
We're good.
We do by accident, just bump into each other.
So, what's the struggle like being a lefty guitarist or lefty?
Boy, am I glad you asked.
Yeah, tell me, because I've only been told
We,
by one other guy.
we're one of the most hated groups of people by corporate America. You guys go into a guitar store and have a good time, and I have a brain aneurysm. It's just how they're like, here, you want a guitar? Go fuck yourself. It's a Hello Kitty piece of shit. Yeah, it's always the Hello Kitty. So, being a left-handed man has its consequences, and this is the main one.
Yeah, dude, it's a handist society out there.
Left-handed-
Nobody will talk about it.
Left-handed drummers have it way easier. They just
You just move
move
the-
things around.
Wait, you can just do it over here?
Yeah.
Wait, why wouldn't you just go like
You
this?
can do that open grip, but some guys
Some
with the left hand.
do.
All right.
I'll tell you what, dude, that is like a main reason why I turned on you have that Silver Sky PRS, and I was like, I officially hate, I've always hated PRS, and I hate John Mayer now because they don't make any left-handed guitars ever. And they're the
they
bad
just
guys.
don't.
Paul Reed Smith is a bad man for
They're just
that.
like- He's just like, lefties don't exist.
Right.
There are no lefties.
I mean, does it suck that like Hendrix set a precedent in a sense of being able to do that?
I don't know.
so
I
early
think
on?
honestly, like I think being a lefty is just kind of like made me get into amps and pedals more because I kind of just I had my Strat for years and like I just didn't have the opportunity to like keep playing guitars, and my guitars just kind of became mine, and like put a lot of hours in those guys, and then I don't know, it just made me into different things. And I remember like when like I would start bringing over pedals and stuff, And Zach, for the early years was a big, just like you got to go straight into the amp guy. And when I would bring over pedals, and he'd be like, "What are you, the Edge?"
I was like,
what is this? What
It's like, dude, pedals are an excuse for sucking.
Right. And he is right to an extent. Like you use them to kind of like if you can't play with just a guitar and amp, then you can't play at all. But like the effects help. And
you just make what you're doing so much more,
right?
If you use them right.
And it makes you feel so much powerful.
That is literally like, dude, your electric guitar turns into this fucking like lightning rod.
Yeah.
When you put like delay and verb on it.
You play your effects very actively.
Like dude, it's like, it just makes everything is like you gotta have like give and take with it, Most of it is take for sure. But like
out there.
it's just
taking
about
up space in your playing,
right.
For the most part, we're a pretty clean band. Like Zach and I run clean guitars 80-90% of the time. Maybe some solo, even the solos are like for the most part just like a little bit of a clean boost for the most part, but most of that tone is just from like heavy treble, sometimes a lot of times tremolo, and then just like delay and verb. Just keeping it really clean.
Do you have a chorus pedal?
No, we've messed around with like phasers and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I had an electric mistress, which was like a chorus / flange.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And it was really good. I just got the Phase 90 though, because
superior.
Yeah,
because of
Phase 90s are great.
You and Zip Zap, who in my mind is like that whole band is Phase 90.
Right. Yeah.
he's got it at like 3 or 4 or 5
he cranks it. I think he like Zip Zap, another like local band, like they do that.
Yeah,
like,
it is no Zip Zap, right?
Incredible.
Yeah, dude, Sam Daly. Yeah.
Legend. But I think he uses like really fast phasers and stuff. And I've messed around a lot with like really fast tremolos, which I like a lot. But phasers for the most part, I always liked them like really slow, where you kind of have them just like.
Yes.
And it just kind of washes.
Right.
Honestly, like Tame Impala being a big influence as far as how he uses phase. Just kind of like really slow and washes through, very wave like.
I liked how you pointed. I mean, just taking up space, and that's something. I mean, I just always refer to just music I'm going to try to make is just having. I'm like the pedals can do that, and obviously so can like synths and like different things as well. But it's cool to be able to say, because there are some times in your music, and again, and that first Slag Genie single is like I thought there was a synth in it a bunch of times when it probably was coming from those pedals effects.
Yeah,
the reverb,
just mainly verb and delay in that. Yeah, we didn't have any keys on it, but keys may be a potential addition to this group in the near
Sounds like
future.
Billy knows how to play.
Yeah,
Billy plays. We got a guy. We got a guy too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, okay.
5
Well,
pieces.
well,
it's very it's very
it's
new
10
and
right now.
Oh yeah. No,
That's
that'll
based on availability, basically.
Yeah.
hell yeah. What are the rest of y'all use anything in particular?
Yeah. Well, like that, like fast delay, like a whoop 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 whoop.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
Dave's got one, and I've got one.
They push their feedback up and just like adjust their rates and.
Yeah,
That's
that's really it. It's like it's got this pedal. I got this delay pedal. I have a picture of it. Even I can show it to you.
Break it down.
But it's really
It's like Gizzard influence.
Yeah,
like a lot of it,
That's like our big link point, I think. That's like one of the few bands that I listen to that you guys also listen to heavily.
No,
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, just like listening to Gizzard, like
So good.
so good. And
We
like,
saw them in Cleveland.
so-
Were you guys at the show?
yeah, we were there. Agora.
Yeah.
Yeah, our new
I feel like
Agora.
we actually did talk about this.
That was
Oh my god!
crazy.
I don't know if you guys were in the pit down below.
Oh, no.
So you were telling
I
us
didn't
what
get
this
down
is.
there.
I mean, Club and I like didn't know what to expect, but as soon as that first note hit, everyone just stormed forward, and we were just like,
Hell yeah.
"Alright." And
Yeah, we got caught in it.
yeah, it was already like the mosh pit wasn't like up here; it was like an undertow, like just
Oh, man.
like I just
Yeah, look,
yeah, like
the mosh is crazy when I was like up there and it was crazy up there too.
Yeah.
Like that was a wild show.
That was a loud show.
I feel like most
Yeah.
mosh pits are more just like get kicked in the nuts type thing.
yes, no, it was like I just like wasn't even using from here down, and everything else was just doing. But what's funny was it was a bunch of like definitely like later high school, like college kids, but they knew every single word. And for those who don't know Giz, they have like 25 albums now. Like, but First Note, they just knew every single song, which blew my mind. But it was also funny as well because Club and I were clearly like one of the biggest people there. So anytime I needed to get to each other, we were just like tossing motherfuckers.
Tossing preschoolers.
Yeah,
It was so strange. Like my experience in mosh pits is like going to metal shows when I was in high school and like early college days, getting just tossed around by people who are like 50 to 100 pounds heavier than me. And then at that Giz one, it was like so weird, just like having the power, just like, oh, now I'm 50 pounds heavier than everyone.
Bunch of scrawny hipsters, dude. That makes sense.
Club and I went to
Absolutely.
Corn in Fort Wynn, Indiana last year.
Holy
Oh, that's awesome.
That was fucking crazy.
Ooh.
That was a wild. There was like 2 mosh pits going on.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my second time seeing Korn, and like the first time was in 2013, and it was just this crazy. Just yeah, like look out if you're in there.
Is Corn the one that goes?
Yeah, man, you got it. You got it.
Don't want to sing.
No, that's Disturbed. That's Disturbed.
Oh no,
Oh,
not.
yes.
I'm not. I don't mean That's not what I mean.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
That's what I thought you were doing.
no, that's what it sounded like. I definitely hear
That
that.
was a beautiful moment.
You know, it's like it's
It
the
pulls out
moment.
the
It's the
exact
moment in the
same.
sound where it's just like.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Freak on a Leash.
Yeah, freak on a leash. Oh my god.
Big Korn fan.
Oh man,
Dude, it was
that's
crazy. They put on a
nuts.
hell of a performance, honestly.
I
And
believe that. I believe it's a good
the
show.
drummer had a symbol that like had like a symbol like went into like a skull or like something. I don't even know what it was.
His drum says so.
Or it went
Yeah.
like a tree, maybe. I don't even know what it was.
It's crazy. Ray Loser, whatever his last name is.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah, no,
fucking
that's the
baller.
guy.
What do you use for your set, Billy?
I have a Tomo Rockstar that I got like a pawn shop in like 6th grade that does really well. I have
Hell
a
yeah.
pork pie snare. I do want to like redeck out the whole kit, but right now it actually sounds pretty good for what it is. And then so like I have like a Sabian Metal X 18-inch that they don't make anymore, which I'm gonna be really sad when that breaks. That's a cool crash. And like an old Zildjian Washi. Sounds good for the surf rock actually. The ride
Big
that
bell?
I don't no, not the big bell, the old
Oh.
one I had before that.
Right.
I have this freaking 21-inch mega bell like that. I used to play like a bunch of metal in high school.
Okay.
I was like cleaning up my parents' house from the shit I had in their basement. And huge metal bell ride that's at their practice spot now. It's like so obscene. So yeah, that's not the move. I gotta read.
The loud ride.
Yeah,
for sure.
I gotta get a better practice kit. What do you play?
I mostly guitar, and then bass, and then dabbling a little bit in like piano and stuff as well for just like simple shit. Yeah, no, I'm trying to put together like those songs that I played at the Happy Dog that we played together, and then probably a couple other ones as well. So I'm hoping for like I don't know, I'd love to just put 10 songs out and just be done with these motherfuckers because they've just been lingering.
Yeah, man.
But
how I
So
feel about
is that your
music.
project? Like that's
yeah, so I mean, yeah, so like basically all those songs were just songs that I wrote, and then Club that I've been meeting up since like October, and he's been learning to drum on those, and then but yeah, they've all kind of came to me. But that was like our first time, or like my first time ever hearing it like all big. So
Oh, nice.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it was awesome. It was like
Cool.
great, and we shout out to
oh
everyone.
yeah,
that
you
came
were
out.
saying that you practiced like a few hours before.
Like as a unit, like
Right.
like
Connor
one
was
time.
right? Like Connor had just stepped in.
So
He's
Connor-
filling in.
Well,
wasn't
so I mean, filling in that like there was never really any project for this. Like I'm Spruce, and that is like what I'm releasing my music under. But when I'm gonna play out now, it'll be Spruce with the Furs, and the Furs can be
Nice.
That's
anyone
right.
that plays. Yeah, and it's a great setup. But Emser and I, Connor Emser, actually a past Stallions guest. I don't know what his episode is, but he has been on here before.
I'll look it up.
Hell yeah. And he but him and I played in a band called Tomo Alone, and that was that band that I said played in 2019 and into 2020 for 5 months. We played like 8 or 9 shows out and about, and we had like some great, honestly, original music that we never recorded, and then it disbanded, and the COVID life, someone had a kid. And then that was
Fair.
it. But nonetheless, Emser and I have honestly been jamming like on and off for the past like 2-3 years. He's an incredible bassist.
Yeah,
And
he's
honestly,
good.
it's like a lot of freaking ideas. And usually, like some of the bassists will be like, "I'll just fill in," but Connor will really take the charge. And He's so fucking
Interesting.
good.
I was gonna say, man,
Episode
if you, like,
52.
Hell yeah.
Episode 52. I was gonna say, if you look, they're trying to record those things. Like, I don't know, you shouldn't. If you have faith in them, it's totally worth.
Dude, 100%. And whether he knows it or not, and I told him this when prepared for the show. I'm like, these songs. Like, these are the riffs I've been playing for the past 3 years, brother. Like, whether you know that they're the songs or not, you've been just
Right.
yamming on them.
Right.
But yeah, no. So it's been great, and it's always going to be a great project. Like to be able to, I don't know, always have. But I'm hoping, man. I honestly want to start a new project. Is my goal. With like a female lead singer, and like I would love, I don't know, if you're out there listening, folks, hit me up. I'm trying to get it going.
Feel.
Yeah. But Club, you got anything more for these boys before a nice encore?
Yeah, so I looked up sophomoric. It means juvenile, immature, childish. That's what it means.
So that's what your mom said about Blink-182.
She was right.
Yeah,
she was maybe it's not the best word for our first release.
You talking like growing up from your first like sophomore?
That's what I was gathering from it. No, yeah, I just
A lot of those songs were old though. They were pretty.
It's fresh music now because like when I came in, I didn't have context. I'm like, oh, we just wrote this song like 3 weeks ago or something or whatever. I'm like, oh, actually, like we're kind of composing together now.
Yeah.
So it's been a learning process. I mean, it's only been, I don't know how long, 2 or 3 months now, maybe at the most.
Right.
Jamming together.
I mean, dude, like Zach and I, like often, like we sit down and like write, the songs per se. But then when we all get together, it's like we figure out what to do.
And
it's
Liam's
like
an active
you
part of
don't,
that.
like
absolutely.
you can't really tell. I think like when you're writing a song, like when the changes are going to be or how you change. Like if you don't have a rhythm section behind you, so it's like kind of just like shooting ideas, or like coming with some preparation, and then like boom, let's work this out.
Definitely. And that's honestly organic and seems like a great way to just build chemistry and also build incredible music.
It's great chemistry.
Trying, yeah.
Well, you're doing it right.
Thank you, sir.
I'm pumped to hear what you guys come out with. Like that EP under Fuzz Aldrin Peach Fuzz is awesome. The new single's awesome. So yeah, I will be paying attention.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, hopefully we can make it out again. July 29th at Beachland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The first show under Slag Genie. So definitely check them out. But and before we let y'all go, we always do an encore here on Vinyl Stallions.
Right.
And it's just a simple question, and we can just go down the line. And if you have multiple responses, that's okay as well. But what is your most memorable concert experience? And this could be you playing, this could be you attending. It could be something really amazing that happened, or it could be something like, what the fuck did I just witness? And this is stuck in my head forever.
I got multiple.
Oh, yeah.
Say that.
Well, all right, Billy, you have multiple ones. Let them roll.
I'll do the obvious one for like this group or like everyone would relate to, but Gizzard, I went to Red Rocks to see them, and the drum solo during Gaia was like the most impressive event I've ever seen ever in my fucking life. I mean, that was like the most entertained I've been ever.
So you went obviously like this last year.
Yeah, it would be a year ago. It was like 6 months ago now or something. Yeah, last October.
Yeah. Did
I
they do
am
like 2 days
everyone.
there?
Yeah, we went
I
to
am no one.
we did
I
go to
am
2 days,
you.
didn't we?
Dude, that's fucking kick ass.
That was definitely a top tier concert experience in my life, and they were so fucking good and professional. And
Dude,
Red Rocks is so cool and just a win-win.
I put Omnium as my top album last year. Omnium Gatherum. I literally think that album is fucking gold, start to finish.
Gotta make it out to Red Rocks one of these days. I've never been.
Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
so cool. Yeah, you got to see a band that you really like there because they're really happy to be there. So like, they play well.
Right.
How I gathered from it was going.
True.
Right.
Playing shows also really cool. Like the one in high school, I played like the Maple Fest once, and that was like in my hometown of Chardon, and that just sticks out as being like the moment when I was like, I'm gonna do this forever. So those 2 moments.
Hell yeah.
Dang, dude.
Very cool.
How's the sound at main stage?
Oh, at Red Rocks.
Yeah.
It was good. I didn't wear earplugs. Definitely had tinnitus after, but it was manageable. It wasn't like being at the Agora. It sounded way better than the Agora.
Yeah,
Not
Gore
to
does
talk
not
shit about-
sound great, honestly. It's just kind of a wall of sound.
Somebody could. It seems like you'd be able to do more with what that new system is. So I'm hoping that gets like honed in. But yeah, I definitely got
system.
what
They got a new system.
I think they did in the last like year or two. Or maybe it was like a little further back, but like last 5
Because
years
they
they
just
totally
changed
renovated.
owners.
Yeah, they did a huge
I don't know
renovation
what
there.
they did. Yeah.
Yeah, Red Rock Sound is awesome. I want to play that stage. That's where we should tour. Figure it
I'm
out.
pretty sure it was the Gizzard show. I think it was the Gizzard show. I know it was at Agora where I parked my car, had a great time at the show, came back and my window
No,
was
that was
smashed.
Pigeons.
Oh.
Pigeons playing pig.
We were at that show too.
You guys were pigeons like last.
Yeah, like 2 years ago or something.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 years.
Goose.
That was a great
Yeah,
show.
Goose opened.
Yes,
yeah, Goose.
was great.
That was right before that was like days before the pandemic. I remember.
Was it?
Oh yeah, it was like early March. Because I was floored by Goose and Pigeons. Like I literally like that was my intro to jam bands. Were those two people.
Right.
Yeah, wow, what a time.
What's
Yeah,
funny,
yeah, it was-
not to sidetrack too
Wow.
hard, but the guy, whoever broke the window of my car, like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like I think I had like a guitar in there. I know I had my laptop in there. I had all this stuff, and all the guy stole was my basketball.
What?
Yeah, so I was either a really cool guy or like
Horny for
he
hoops.
knew what he wanted. He just knew what he wanted.
I was like, I need a basketball. And this
Right
guy's
now.
Right. I'm gonna leave all this.
Right
I'm
now.
gonna leave all this nice stuff here.
Dude, you left your guitar, your laptop.
Maybe it wasn't a
Your
guitar.
birth
I know it was like my
certificate.
laptop was in a bag or something in there. But there were valuables, and the guy just went after the basketball.
Ball is life.
That's extremely shitty.
Right. And it was honestly I was in such a high from the show. It was such a good time. I didn't even care. There's like glass on my ass on the ride home. Didn't care.
Your ass is glass.
Yeah, yeah, man.
You guys got any that come to mind? Zach, Dave?
Yeah, well, favorite playing experience was at this place called Nearkiss in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it was this brewery / circus. I just remember this was when we were 5 guys, and they gave us unlimited beers.
Oh, that'll
Do
be
you remember this? They gave us unlimited
Oh,
beers.
wow.
We
Mama.
really took advantage of it.
Yeah,
Like,
Ryan said he had like upwards of 15.
yeah.
I had like 10. I had like
so
10.
much money on this day.
Yeah.
Are they
I
like
was drinking like the
IPAs?
light that was like they had heavy beers. I was like drinking the lightest beer they had, and it was like probably like I don't know, probably like 5.5, like 6. It was just crazy, but like I just remember thinking that like this is the one I'm gonna be drinking all night.
What's funny about that show, and not to like name which bandmate's family it was, but one of our families was there. And
yeah.
so we're all drinking with them. They saw, and like we were staying at like some hotel nearby, and like they overheard us. We're like, somebody has to drive this van. And one of the dads comes up to us and goes, smoking a cigar. Somebody's got to step up.
Someone's gonna have to stop.
That is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but dude, so we drank like so many beers, and then while we're playing, they have like performers going. They have like people like walking around in this giant ball. There was this guy.
Fireballs.
Yeah, there was a guy like throwing fire while like some other lady was like hanging from rings from the ceiling. It was crazy.
Yeah, no.
We all get free beer.
Right. I remember talking to the fire guy afterwards, and he was drinking beers.
I was kidding when I said that.
No, I mean you have to get it. You think they pay those people? There's no way.
Did you get paid?
Who knows?
If we
Oh,
did, it
we're-
went straight into. If we did, it went straight into the gas tank / to Wendy's or McDonald's.
Wait, yeah, no, I glossed over when you said that it was a brewery / circuit.
Circus called Beercus.
So let's go back.
BIRCUS.
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta check that shit out.
Seen.
I think we saw the fire guy at another show in Cincy. When we were playing. We have a buddy band out there, Tasteful, who we met at that show, and we've just like we brought them to Cleveland. They've had us a few
That's
times out in Cincy, and we love those guys. So we always have fun when we play with them too, for sure.
Hell
You
yeah.
gotta meet these guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like Cincy.
Cincy's awesome.
yeah. Honestly, Cincy, we've always.
It says it's actually over the border in Kentucky.
Yeah,
Like
That's
it's
right.
in the Cincinnati area, but it's on the other side of the river.
And that reminds me, because we went back over the river to get breakfast at this place where you could smoke cigs inside.
that's in the Kentucky side.
Right. It was on the
Yeah,
Kentucky
yeah.
side.
Definitely a Kentucky thing.
It wasn't that great.
Yeah, I mean,
it was
like,
totally average.
Everything.
I
tasted
think
like cigarette.
I think if you're outside, if you're having your own cigarette with bacon and eggs, it's a lot better than walking and smelling like
Yeah.
Herbert's
Oh.
cigarettes that he's been smoking
Smell-
all morning.
Johnny's L&M's.
It like gets into the hollandaise sauce.
Right, dude, your
It's-
fucking
you know?
pancakes taste like fucking Winston's.
Maverick smoked baker, dude.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, yes, that is quite a memorable concert and venue indeed.
That was a good one for sure.
Definitely fun.
Oh yeah. You got any more you want to shout out, or is that one take the cake? Well, and I
Yeah, it's probably my best playing one. I mean, I share the best seeing one with Dave.
Yeah, it was the band we unanimously said together in
Yeah.
unison, Kikagaku Moyo, driving to Nashville with our buddy Jason and his
Yeah,
brother.
it was
to
like
see.
religious.
Yeah, we waited, we got front row, and it was just like it. I don't know. It changed my perspective on things for a good amount of time. It was
Yeah,
so impactful.
like we thought we knew what it meant to jam, and then we saw them.
Yeah,
You know,
Wow.
fucking.
you know,
blew our
you
minds.
said earlier like it was like leaking out of them, like the music, and I think like the main way that I could describe how I felt after that show was like I always felt like I've seen a lot of great bands, I've seen a lot of people play really good music, but I could then categorize like some people play really good music and some people just like are really good music, and
Yeah.
these guys as a unit together, they just were good
Yeah.
music together. So that's what, yeah, it just sounded different than anything I've.
That's a good description. actually.
yeah, that was great, and a topic that will be for another episode because it can take up hours and hours of time. But like one time, I just want to get like a panel of like people that we've had on before and just talk about the essence of music and kind of briefly what you just touched on right there, but just being music and like how it's surrounding us. It's everywhere, whether you're old, young, poor, living anywhere else in the world. There's music somehow in your life and you're constantly listening to it. And I don't know. It's a crazy aspect, and it's fun to be a part of, obviously. Whether even as a listener, even as
Yeah.
someone who asks nice bands to come over to their house and have a nice talk.
Ah,
Dude,
nice.
Y'all are really nice. Well, again, I appreciate you guys. Slag Genie again. They have that show coming up July 29th at Beachland, so go check that out. We'll have another single coming out here sometime over the summer, but again, I appreciate you boys a lot. We got Billy, Zach, and Dave again. Thank you very much.
thanks for having us,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you.
We appreciate
Follow
it.
them on social media at Real Slag Genie.
Social meat hogs. I love it. Yeah, well, again, thank you, boys. I appreciate you coming
Thank
over.
you guys. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Of course. Besides that, my name is Spruce,
I'm Clep.
and this has been another episode of Vinyl